Deep beneath the ice of Antarctica lies the most disturbing technology they're experimenting with that should concern us all. Revealed by whistleblower Eric J. Hecker, a former contractor for Raytheon, a military-industrial technology company. He worked under them from 2010 to 2011 as a plumber and firefighter at a research station in Antarctica. Because of his position, he had a key to enter every door in the facility and was also briefed on how every single machine worked. He claims they're conducting trials in the South Pole with technology that you wouldn't even think is possible in our universe. Warning, Philip is a professional mind blower. The topics discussed are not for the closed-minded. The IceCube Neutrino Observatory is a massive array embedded into the Antarctic ice, intended for studying neutrinos, strictly for scientific research. At least, that's what they allowed to be made publicly known, as Hecker claims its true purpose is far more devious. Now, a neutrino is a special near-massless particle that can travel at or even beyond the speed of light, and are constantly emitted from deep space, which then reach us here on Earth. They're one of the most abundant particles in the universe, and are so small they can pass between the electrons and even through the nucleus of an atom. In fact, about 100 trillion neutrinos pass through your body every second, and are thus also known as the ghost particle. When a neutrino hits the nucleus of a water molecule, like that in the ice of the Antarctic glaciers, it causes the nucleus to eject another special subatomic particle called a muon and creates a flash of blue light known as Cherenkov radiation. And that's what this IceCube array is designed to detect and study in the name of science. But according to Hecker, this isn't just a passive observation device. It's also a transmitter composed of about 5,000 nodes called digital optical modules, DOMs, deep within the ice, each about the size of a basketball, together arranged in a cube shape of 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. This behaves as the world's largest neutrino telescope, but allegedly has many more functions than what they'd like to be made known, among which our whistleblower revealed is using the unique characteristics of neutrinos and muons to produce earthquakes anywhere in the world, which he says was responsible for the 2011 earthquakes in Christchurch, New Zealand, that he can confirm himself as he was present in the room when it happened. Apparently, they were testing the system when it misfired and accidentally hit New Zealand, causing a devastating magnitude 6.3 earthquake. This is known as a tectonic weapon, just one of the many concerning experiments allegedly part of this Antarctic research project, and it just keeps getting worse. The device also has the ability to detect the signatures of the advanced propulsion systems that power UFOs, which according to him also emit neutrinos that the IceCube array can detect, and is actually the device's primary intended purpose, detecting and tracking the emissions of anti-gravity propulsion engines from both off-world UAPs, like actual alien spacecraft, and also the reverse-engineered craft using the same technology made by top-secret government research projects here on Earth, essentially making this device an air traffic control center for UFOs, telling us where and when they're being detected around the world at all times. This thing really is a tinfoil hat's all-in-one wet dream machine, and it somehow just keeps getting more insane, because it supposedly also performs faster than light communication via quantum entanglement. This is such a mind-blowing concept, just listen to this. So normally, if we ever want to communicate over long distances with, say, satellites in space or rovers on other planets, we use radio waves, which travel at the speed of light. It sounds fast, but even that can result in several minutes of delay when communicating with something as close as rovers on Mars, and for a planet that's 100 light years away, it would take 100 years for our radio signals to reach them, and then another 100 years for us to receive the reply. Faster than light communication using quantum entanglement makes this instantaneous. You take two particles, quantum entangle them however that looks, don't ask me, then separate them to any distance apart you'd like, and whatever you do to one particle will immediately affect the other one in no time, no matter the distance, be it 1 meter or 100 million light years. Interacting with one particle will affect the other one in that very same instant. As Einstein called it, spooky action at a distance. Quantum entanglement is real, which this device in Antarctica makes use of to communicate with anyone, anywhere in the universe instantly, allegedly using it to communicate with an off-world fleet deployed somewhere in deep space. Sounds like utter nonsense, but this information was actually already leaked by British hacker Gary McKinnon when he hacked NASA back in 2002, where he uncovered many classified photos and extensive information on UFOs, which we now know they did have possession of. He also came across an Excel file titled Non-Terrestrial Officers with a list containing dozens of names under the heading Fleet-to-Fleet Transfers, said to be a log of communications with a deep space fleet using this quantum technology. This whole hack was so serious the US government tried extraditing and prosecuting Gary over a 10-year-long legal battle, which they ultimately lost. Did he really expose non-terrestrial contact with an off-world fleet using this highly classified communication device? Because now this is where it becomes a little disturbing. I Our whistleblower claims the device also has voice-to-skull technology capabilities, projecting voices directly into the minds of other people from any distance, being able to influence the thoughts, decisions, actions, and behavior of anyone at any time. Not only communicating with any point in space, but possibly even with any point in time. That would make this a device that can communicate with anyone, anywhere in the universe, at any time, and directly into people's minds. Using this, you would technically be able to go back in time and talk to your past self telepathically, meaning your inner dialogue and gut feelings could actually be your own advice given to you by your future self. Okay, we're going off the rails here, but clearly a device like this would be extremely powerful and quite concerning if it fell into the wrong hands. So how does someone even protect themselves against attacks from malicious agents using this technology? According to Hecker, it is through the ancient wisdom of our ancestors that can be summarized into 2 words: know thyself, a philosophical practice famously attributed to Greek philosopher Socrates, encouraging self-awareness and understanding of one's own nature, motivation, and limitations. If these weapons actually are being used around us, influencing our thoughts and behavior without us even knowing, the best way for us to keep our minds protected is through intentional daily introspection and self-reflection. Know thyself. Think for yourself, and don't mindlessly adopt the thoughts of the masses, which is honestly just solid life advice all around. Stay strong.